On December 31, 2020, a 23-year-old flight attendant named Christine Dacera died under very strange circumstances. Thanks to CCTV cameras, the police had 12 suspects, and when this case was revealed, the entire public was shocked. Christine Dacera was born on April 13, 1997. She graduated from college with a degree in media communications and decided to become a flight attendant at one of the largest international airlines, PAL Express. It was a highly respected profession and provided Christine with stability and constant adventure. And when she wasn't traveling the world, she lived in her hometown of Manila. Christine also led a very public life online. She had almost 200,000 followers on TikTok. The videos she posted were useful, fun and funny. In them, she joked with friends or made faces while in the back of the plane. Looking at accounts on social networks, it is impossible to tell what kind of person he really is. But Christine seemed to be a kind, cheerful, loving and open person who loved to make others laugh. So Christine lived a life of travel and smiles for several years, increasing her fan base and having a blast. But everything changed on the fateful New Year's Eve. December 31, 2020. Christine met up with 3 of her friends named Valentine, Ray and Edward at the City Garden Grand Hotel in Manila. It was New Year's Eve, so everyone was drinking alcohol and hoping the party would go on late into the night. And then Christine's friends started inviting other men, and the party quickly grew. Soon, 9 more guys came to the room where they were, including the manager who worked at the hotel. And when midnight came, a very drunk Christine was the only woman in a room with 12 men. Just after midnight, the girl called her mother to wish her a happy new year. The mom says Christine didn't seem too drunk at the time and she told her she was having a good time with her work colleagues. Her mother did not even suspect that this call would be the last. As the party continued, the participants drank more and more alcohol. In fact, they had booked several hotel rooms and therefore walked back and forth throughout the night, allowing the hotel's CCTV cameras to capture them as they walked through the hallways. The footage shows the men laughing, and Christine walking around without shoes and constantly smiling. Things continued like this for most of the night. But there were 2 very strange moments that were caught on camera. At 0252, Christine was seen walking back to the room where everyone else was, with one of her friends named Valentine Rosales. They were alone, it was late and they were both pretty drunk and something strange happened right before entering the room. Valentine and Christine stopped at the door and kissed. The kiss only lasted a few seconds, then they laughed about it and went inside. The second interesting moment occurred at 413 am. The footage shows one of the guys carrying Christine back into the room, with her head tilted in a way that suggests she is not fully conscious. It's not clear whether she's asleep or just incredibly drunk, but either way, the girl couldn't walk or even stand. Her friend carried her to the room where their group had originally started the party. This was the last time Christine was seen alive, and from this point on the story gets a little confusing. The next morning, one of Christine's friends reported that he found her sleeping in the bathroom around 10 am. Why he didn't move her or check to see if she was okay will forever be a mystery, but he claimed she was breathing at the time. Later that day, another friend came into the bathroom and found that she was no longer breathing and that her lips were blue. Obviously, this was a terrible sign, so Christine's friend immediately alerted the hotel staff, and the employee performed CPR on the girl until the ambulance arrived, but it was hopeless. When the doctors finally showed up, they immediately put her in a wheelchair to take her to the hospital. However, Christine's limp body fell out of the chair and they had to lift her from the floor several times. After the girl was finally brought to the hospital, it became clear that help came too late. Christine was declared dead, and while it was undoubtedly a tragic end, her death also served as the unexpected start of wild hardships for almost everyone else involved. The initial public reaction to Christine's death was outrage. Ljudi Satali, CTO Musaini, S. Katorimi bila divuska nakakali I zaprisenimi vesistvami, iznasilavali I ubili. Suspicions against these men grew sharply. Then on January 4, Philippine police issued a statement that they had registered the event as a homicide and that the men Christine was with would be found and arrested. This statement further increased the public outcry, and Christine's friends instantly became villains. The hashtag went viral on social media and controversy erupted across the internet about whether Christine was brutally murdered or whether it was her own fault for having so much fun. Senator and legendary boxer Manny Pacquiao even offered tens of thousands of dollars as a reward to anyone who could provide information about this death. And at the time, all signs seemed to point to the girl's friends, until some holes started appearing in the story. Firstly, all the accused men appeared in the media and declared their innocence. They said they were heartbroken and hurt that they didn't help Christine, but they had nothing to do with her death. The guys also denied accusations of using illegal substances and violence against Christine. Also, all 12 men said they were gay. Gregorio de Guzman was one of the 3 main suspects cited by the news site. He said each of the 12 defendants was gay. It seems to me that this is why she loved to communicate with us. She said more than once that she felt comfortable with us. This certainly changed the mood of public discussion surrounding Christine's death, but did not remove suspicion from the men. Several sources cited the video of the girl kissing Valentine as evidence that the men were lying. Valentine later stated that it was Christine who initiated this kiss, and he simply responded to it out of politeness. There were also several mysterious bruises all over Christine's lower body. At first people thought this was proof that the men were wrong, but then more information emerged from emergency workers. It appears that the bruises may have appeared when Christine's body fell out of the wheelchair. So despite the police charges and the public outcry, the Christine case was becoming quite controversial, but that's when the autopsy report changed everything. According to the report, Christine died of natural causes. It turned out that she probably had undiagnosed cardiac hypertension and that her heart weighed almost twice as much as that of a normal person. And combined with the excessive drinking Christine reportedly did that night, it likely led to an aortic aneurysm. An aortic aneurysm is a limited sac-like bulge of the aortic wall or an expansion of the entire aorta by more than 1.5 times the normal size. This pathology is the second most common among aortic diseases after atherosclerosis. This clearly confused everyone following the case, especially the police, who seemed most determined to perpetuate the murder theory. A second autopsy was therefore ordered and, although the results were not made public, they appeared to confirm the results of the first autopsy. All male suspects were left alone. Many of Christine's friends and family still believe to this day that she was killed by these men and that there is more to the story. And some claim that Christine was killed by illegal substances and large amounts of alcohol. Do you believe that Christine could have died of natural causes or that someone managed to get away with murder? Write your answers in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.